Hi guys, Matt Johnson here and welcome to another episode of Coffee and Watches. I'm here with my little watchdog Yogi. Today is Wednesday, the 6th of May, 2020. Time's a ticking, so let's get stuck in. Now, if you've never been here before, make sure you click on the subscribe button right here, just over to the right of the screen. And also make sure you click on the notification bell just up there to the right of the search bar so you don't miss a single video 3 times a week. Finally, if you enjoy my videos, give me a big thumbs up. It means the world to me. And leave a comment in the comments section below. Ooh, let's do a watch check. Today, I'm wearing the Casio Calculator Digital Watch. Remember these from the 80s, guys? I have one here. It's actually pretty cool. And I'll be reviewing this in an upcoming episode. Now, today is Wednesday, and as you know, Wednesday means it's time for Watch Wish Wednesday. Every Wednesday, I dive into my Watch Wish box and pull out a watch that I don't own, but I wish that I did. So, without further ado, let's pick a watch. Diving into the Watch Wish box, boy, I'm excited. This is my favorite part. Today's watch is the Oris Aquis Depth Gauge. So, without further ado, let's look at the specs and give it a review. Now, before we take a look at the specs of the watch, if you only know me from my YouTube channel, then you may not know that in my real life, I am an escape artist. That seems pretty dangerous. Think Harry Houdini with a beard and more tattoos. You kind of get the idea. At least my wife's proud of me. You love me, right, Yogi? Give me a kiss. Thanks, bud. Now, you may recognize me from TV appearances all over the world. Most notably, my appearance on Britain's Got Talent back in 2018, where I was locked and chained into a very small tank of water and had to make my escape. Now, my performances on Britain's Got Talent since 2018 have gone viral with hundreds of millions of views. I'll leave links to those Britain's Got Talent appearances in the description below, so you should go check them out. Hey, you might recognize me. Now back to Oris. The Oris Watch Company is a Swiss watch company and they've been manufacturing watches since 1904. Being underwater, you can imagine that I use dive watches a lot, so I'm always on the lookout for a really good dive watch. A watch that's cool, interesting, and built tough for my underwater stunts. Oris dive watches fit the bill perfectly. Now, I don't own an Oris yet, but high on my wish list is the Oris Aquis Depth Gauge. First, a very cool and interesting fact that you will find mind-blowing about this watch. This watch is actually the first of its kind using a patented gauge built into the sapphire crystal. It actually allows water into the watch.
Say what?
It does this in a very unique and cool way in order to measure the depth that a diver is underwater. Yeah, you actually heard that right. The Oris dive watch actually lets water into the watch. So crazy. Now let's take a look at the specs on this particular model, the Oris Aquis Depth Gauge. The case is a hardened stainless steel with black PVD plating. It has a case diameter of 46 millimeters, so it's really going to have presence on the wrist. A case thickness of 15 millimeters and lug width of 26 millimeters. And it has a sapphire domed crystal with double-sided anti-reflective coating. The watch has a black PVD plated stainless steel screw down crown, which means it can come in at 50 bars or 500 meters of actual underwater submersion. Now, the dial is black and the indices and hands are done in superluminova. It has an HMS dial, hours, minutes and second hands with a date complication at the 6 o'clock, and on each side of that is the Swiss made logo. The case back is not an exhibition case back on this, I wish it was, but instead it's a screw down stainless steel case back with a black PVD coating. The movement in this is an Oris 733, which is essentially a Solida SW200 movement, which is basically the ETA 2824, which is a workhorse, and you'll find it in many Swiss watches. It has a 38-hour power reserve, comes in at just over 28,000 VPH or vibrations per hour, 26 joules, and the watch is hackable, which means when you pull out the crown, the second hand will stop. Now let's take a look at the very cool depth gauge on this and how it actually works. Okay, you see that little half moon cutout just above the 12 o'clock position? It kind of looks like a chip in the sapphire crystal. Well, that is not a chip, that is actually a hole which goes between the double layered sapphire crystal, and it leads to that grey tube which goes around the outside of the watch face. Now, as the diver descends underwater, the water pressure forces the water into that little half moon, which in turn goes into the little grey tube. The water is pushed into the grey ring based on the water pressure of deeper depths. So the further around the grey tube the water goes, it's actually read by looking at the yellow numbers on the inside ring of the watch. And that is why this watch allows water into the sapphire crystal glass in order to read the depths. Pretty cool, right? The Oris Aquis is available in all kinds of colours and strap options. This particular depth gauge version comes with this bright yellow rubber strap. It also comes with a waterproof presentation box, an additional black strap, and professional strap changing tools. So there you have it, my friends, the Oris Aquis Depth Gauge, a watch that is high on my watch wish list. What did you think, Yogi? Did you like the watch? Does it get the watchdog's approval? Perfect. Right now, this particular watch is listed on the Oris Watch website at about $4,100 Canadian, which in turn is about $2,900 US or about 2,700 euros. It can also be picked up on other websites like Chrono24, and I'll leave links to both websites in the description below this video. So that's it for another episode of Coffee and Watches, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Watch Wish Wednesday and the look at the Oris Aquis Depth Gauge. Please don't forget, before you go, if this is your first time here, click on the subscribe button just over there to the right of the window so you become part of my Coffee and Watches family. Also, make sure you click on the bell button up there to the right of the search bar so you don't miss a single video 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and tell me if there's anything you want to see, any watches you want me to review, or anything you want to change. I can only grow this channel with your help. So guys, my name's Matt Johnson. Thanks so much. We'll see you again on Friday for another edition of Coffee and Watches. Cheers and bye for now.